Anyway, look, I'm going to go from the NBA to the NFL, okay? Because the players got till 10:59 p.m. on Thursday to vote on this new CBA, and the players ain't got no brass anyway and no sacks, so they're going to ratify this, and it's going to be that. But 8 hours before that, Dallas Cowboys got to make a decision. They got to end up either tagging Dak Prescott or letting him become a free agent, and Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones are already out there being like, we're going to do whatever it takes to keep Dak, which means they're probably going to franchise him. And then they're going to try to get a deal worked out because they offered him a deal that was $105 million guaranteed with $33 million annual. You know what franchise tag is? $33 million. So now we're looking at Dak going to get paid and probably going to be the highest paid player ever in the history of the Dallas Cowboys. But if you do all that, you also probably got a transition tag and or let walk or try free agency Amari Cooper. And I'm cool with that, right? Because at number 17, the Cowboys don't need a wide receiver. They need a corner or a safety because Byron Jones is going to be a free agent because you got all these dudes on your payroll that need loot, okay? Like I was writing these down, Ron. I was writing these down. So let me get at these dudes that you got to pay because it's a bunch of them. You got $220 million in cap space, okay?
You all right?
No, excuse me. You got $220 million toward the cap, $70 million in cap space for the Cowboys.
All these millions.
Yeah, lots of millions to talk about. But dudes that got to get paid are Byron Jones, okay, of course, Amari Cooper, of course, Dak Prescott. They all got to get paid. You can't pay everybody. You can't pay everybody unless you go up to Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, DeMarcus Lawrence, Tyrone Crawford, and say, hey, look, how many of y'all would take a pay cut so that we can re-sign Robert Quinn and Byron Jones? Nobody? No, nobody. DeMarcus. You make $22 million. Can you give some of that back? Because you ain't played like no $22 million player. No, because my nickname is Chris Paul. Absolutely not. Pay me my money. Sammy Davis. So, knowing all of that, I think, one, you let Amari Cooper walk. You go get you one of these wide receivers in this ridiculously deep NFL draft class to, basically be your lightning or your thunder to Michael Gallup, depending on what you think about Michael Gallup. Okay? Or you go get you a vet, like you tried Allen Hurns. His leg blew up, so you had to let him go, whatnot. Maybe you want to give Devin Smith some money. I don't know. I do know this. Xavier McKinney is going to be on the board. Grant Delpit could be on the board. C.J. Henderson could be on the board. All them dudes is going to cost you less than Byron Jones and Devin Duvernay and Denzel Mims. And those are two dudes that I can think of off the top of my head are just as good at playing wide receiver as Amari Cooper is. Because the dude that Amari Cooper was supposed to be, he wasn't. The year that you traded for him and last year. Great wide receiver. But is he going to make Michael Thomas money? Not from the Dallas Cowboys. I'm not going to try to match no 5-year, $96 million extension to no Michael Thomas because you ain't Michael Thomas. You have not broken the single season record for receptions in a season. You are Amari Cooper. You're the dude that John Gruden traded for Josh Jacobs and now looks good trading. Well, now that's the Khalil Mack trade. But you're trading for a first rounder. Okay? I get that. So I put it to you as a Dallas Cowboys casual fan, Ron. Mm-hmm. What do you want the Cowboys to do at 17? Because I want them to take Xavier McKinney if he's there.
No, I agree with that pick.
Okay.
I think that, to go back to that Amari Cooper bit real quick, because I do think you need to have somebody that is a surefire, guaranteed talent there. You can't pay anybody like Michael Thomas because there's only one Michael Thomas. And I don't think the situation is going. There's no way that Amari Cooper was ever going to be Michael Thomas for the Cowboys. Just ain't no way. But
well, there's a way, but the way is not to hand the ball to Zeke at all. And you already caved and paid him money.
Truthfully, I don't know.
Because like Michael Thomas was the offense for the Saints. Like that gets missed. Like Alvin Kamara did not have a great season. Okay, who are the other Saints wide receivers, Ron?
Shoot, the only person I can think they
is the white boy.
Yeah, is that white boy from Utah.
Yeah. My man that got Manny Diaz fired because he could run, not because he could pass, but because he could run. And then they gave him a first round tender, which I gotta think is the highest level of respect and disrespect at the same time. because that means that somebody's going to have to actually give you a first round tender to sign him away. Like, you got to, who's going to trade a first rounder for Taysom Hill? To which the Saints are like, see, we think that you're worth this. And it's like, no, you just think nobody's going to match that.
No, like Taysom Hill has this Lynn Sandy type online following. Somebody's going to fall for it so they can sell some Taysom Hill jerseys.
Online following.
Yeah.
What's Jeremy Lin doing now?
Oh, being a world champion basketball player over there in China.
Okay. And when he was Lynn Sanity, where was he playing?
He was playing for the Knicks.
Okay. That's a whole other dumpster fire.
Oh, well, yeah.
We haven't actually talked about that. So, like, the Knicks picked a fight with the most important black filmmaker of my lifetime, probably up there of all time, probably up there with, like, Paul Robeson, whatnot.
They picked a fight with Ava DuVernay? That's wild. I can't believe it.
I mean, they know that the Eternals is probably going to be trash.
Eternals is probably going to be fire. Anyway.
Because she was so good in Ready Player One.
No, I heard. So I heard
See?
that they had these things.
That's what I thought. You know what? I got this Wrinkle in Time take. You want it? Or you going to keep riding the Ava DuVernay train?
I'm first class in that train, dog. So hit me with it.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, no, the director
first class
of
on that train is called Snowpiercer.
So of the critically acclaimed Miracle of Santa Ana, Spike Lee.
No. The Bamboozled.
Right. Red Hook Summer. Right.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Chirac.
Right. 13th Man. It's 13th Hour, excuse me.
Okay.
Yeah, pardon me.
Okay. 13th Warrior?
Spike did that? I knew there was a reason why.
Hey, why don't we talk about the 25th Hour? Why don't we do that?
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean,
it's such a good movie.
Part of the film internet, you can't. There was a good 10-year period where you couldn't throw a rock without throwing. You know, it's a good movie.
Well, we obviously not in that 10-year period.
Anyway, so the Knicks, the garbage fire that they are, said, what's this made out of? Explain it to him.
Okay, so what had happened was Spike Lee walks into the same door and takes the same elevator to his floor seats that he's paid for since 1985. On this particular day, the security guard who saw Spike Lee on the elevator that was for employees said, "I need to see your credential." To which Spike looked around and was like, "I'm just going to my seats." This dude made Spike get off the elevator and told him he could not take this elevator and that he was going to need to see a credential. Spike is Spike, and Spike is old. So Spike immediately turned this to 12 and said, "Handcuff me like you did Charles Oakley." Okay? So
real Knicks fans know.
That turns into a conversation with James Dolan, who owns the Knicks. Seemed like it went well, and then James Dolan came out and said, "We have told Spike he can't use that door or elevator anymore. Use the VIP entrance." To which Spike goes on First Take to say, "That ain't what the conversation was, and I don't know why James Dolan is out for me." Followed by a statement from the Knicks saying Spike is way out of pocket on this. And if he don't like it, it's mine. Which is not the way to handle this. The way to handle it is to say, "Hey, look, we're going to have a conversation with Spike. We'll take care of it in the house. We sorry for any, misunderstanding." No. James friggin' Dolan going to double down on Spike Lee. So this is followed by the next Knicks game is the worst attended Knicks game in all season. Which is saying a lot because they trash and the tickets are the most expensive in the NBA. Mm-hmm. So now we're in a place to where Spike Lee says, "I'm not going to any more Knicks games for the rest of the year." And I'm like, "Cool, you taking a month off, whatever." Okay. But now we back to this place where people can't stand the Knicks. And it's not even they can't stand the Knicks. They can't stand James Dolan. Even as the Knicks are royalty and one of the most bankable franchises in sports. And all we got to show for this is James Dolan laughing at the rest of us.
Yeah, no, the Knicks are no longer the Knicks. The Knicks have turned into something like Tyler Perry or Lee Daniels, where you had to throw, Jimmy Dolan's the Knicks.
Man, ooh, look at you.
And it's so funny
There's
because
so many people that don't know how we feel about Tyler Perry or Lee Daniels.
But I'm just saying, like, when people talk about the Knicks that they liked, it's not about James Dolan. It's about the basketball. It's about the players that play from the coaches, the more operations level activity. And
you hired an agent to be your president of basketball operations.
And so,
what the hell does Leon Rose know about running a basketball team?
It's funny because Jimmy Dolan has gone from being a person that at first was bad at owning the Knicks, and people grilled him for it. Then him realizing that he's bad at owning the Knicks and trying to do something to fix that, to now still being bad at the Knicks, but saying, I make no apologies for being how bad I am at running the Knicks. So now that he's taken full ownership of how bad the Knicks are, this is no longer the NBA team that you grew up liking, that battled the Bulls and the Heat. It is essentially Jimmy Dolan's the Knicks cosplaying as a basketball team in the NBA.
Did you hear the sound of Charles Oakley going on Go Lick and Wingo on Wednesday? You missed that? You missed Charles Oakley leading with "It's a Plantation over there."
Ooh.
And then it got progressively worse. And I loved it because I'm sure that Trey Wingo and Mike Golick Sr. did not sign up for Charles Oakley coming straight out with "It's a Plantation over there." Spectacular sound. And really just going at everything that was Dolan. And then he had the tapes of him being walked out and how the discussions went. And all this is just a bad look for James Dolan. But James Dolan is also the dude that walks up to the Eagles and says, hey, y'all can play Madison Square Garden as long as I get to open for y'all.
Yeah.
He cares not. He cares not.
No, like there's tons of owners that believe the thing that they own is their plaything, but generally they want their plaything to be good, to be a reflection of how good they are. But he's just like, no, this is a great time to cross promote my band.
Oh my God.
Go ahead, Jimmy. He's a bad YouTuber running a franchise. What's up, guys? It's me and the Knicks.
Ooh, no, you know what he is?
Who's that?
He is Jake Paul in Influence Academy.